Howdy folks, Nathan Adlin here with the Fast Lane Car and TFL Now. You're watching Ask Nathan. Thank you so much for all the questions you've been sending me via the internet, Twitter, you name it. It's been great. So let's get right to it. First of all, yes, that is a brand spanking new Corvette Grand Sport. And yes, we've already put it on the track and we've had a little bit of a mashup. And those videos are available on TFL Car, so have a look. It's a lot of fun. And Paul was adorable driving this thing. I mean, granted, his little hands were gripping the top of the wheel as he was struggling around the track, but he was pretty quick. All right, let's get right to it. I love the performance of a turbo vehicle, but I still am apprehensive with longevity. Should I be nervous buying a used turbo vehicle? And that was from Jamakia01. All right, yes, you should be a little bit nervous. Here's the honest thing about turbocharged engines. In many cases, turbo vehicles, they tend to have a lot of heat issues, especially older ones. There are questions about the wastegate in a turbocharged engine, whether or not it's broken. In some cases, they can't tell. The turbo itself may need to be serviced. There are extra components on top of having your regular engine that you need to look at. Also, it depends on how many miles are on the vehicle, and certain vehicles work better over a long period of time with turbochargers than other vehicles. So you have to look into that. I can't go over all the specifics. It would take all day in terms of what to look for and what not to look for. And the same, by the way, goes for supercharged engines. Anything that's forced inducted tends to go through a lot of wear in a fairly short amount of time. Now, that's not necessarily true with diesels. Diesels are known in many cases to last for a very long time, but they're engineered differently. Another thing is that you never know if they haven't put the right gas in there or whether or not there's been proper service done, and that includes the turbocharger. So I recommend that if you're looking at a turbocharged vehicle, to be very careful about the notes that you're taking and make sure it has a proper service history. All right, let's move on. Thank you for the question. All right, got a couple here. First one on this next list, these were sent to me via Twitter, and you can reach me, Nathan Adlin, at Twitter, pretty easy. Snow tires or all-wheel drive, and this comes from Peter right here in Colorado. He's in Longmont. Peter, snow tires, absolutely snow tires, without a doubt. All-wheel drive is great, and it will help, I mean, undoubtedly, and it depends on the all-wheel drive system in some cases, but the best thing you can do if you are dealing with snow and ice is get snow tires. But under normal circumstances, when the snow season's coming, put on the snow tires, take off your street tires, and you will have a much better winter, okay? I can't give you brand specifics. There are a lot of great ones out there. Definitely look online for that. But once again, all-wheel drive is great. Snow tires are the way to go. Great question. All right, final question, and this is from Kim. Kim has sent me emails before, and she's very curious as to whether or not we're going to do a project like Motor Mountain USA. Again, Motor Mountain USA, for those of you who don't know, we completed a little under a year ago, and it was a program where we took a Jeep Wrangler to the highest drivable elevation in every single state. All 50 states we covered. And the Jeep we had, we actually drove in 49 states here, and then we rented a Jeep in Hawaii and drove to the highest point there. The point is that we hit the highest point in just about every single state. So, will we do that again? I hope so, but it won't be the same thing. There are programs that we are slowly putting together that may have something to do with something similar. For the Fastlane Car and for TFL Now, this is Nathan Adlin. Remember, if you ask your question below, I will do my best to answer it. Take care, guys. See you next time.